Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing good after two back-to-back holidays. Okay, so before we begin, there is something that I want to tell all of you. Uh, okay, people are still coming in. I'll just wait for 1 minute and then we will start, right? Okay, so I want to say that if you remember the last time I asked all of you to send me your homework, right? Whenever you do it, okay, you send it to the school, no problem, but you send it to me as well, right? So some of you did send it to me, right? And really, it has started to show why it is very useful because when I saw what what you did for your homework, right? Not everyone sent it. Maybe about 10 or 12 students had sent it, right? I've checked everyone, right? If you have sent it, I've checked it. Okay, I've not replied to all of you. Okay, but those who have sent it, rest assured, I'm seeing everybody's word, right? And every line. Okay, so what I've noted is that many of you did not draw diagrams, right? You were supposed to derive the time of flight, the range, and all that. Okay, and even when you are solving these questions, these homework questions, right? The ones that you are seeing over here about monkey and trains and this and that. I see that many of you are not drawing diagrams. See, everyone, it is compulsory to draw diagram if you want to learn. ઓકે એક્ઝામમાં જરૂર નથી પણ ત્યાં સુધી તમે પહોંચશો જ નહીં. I will be very harsh, I will be very clear, right? I might be rude, but that is a fact. તમે એક્ઝામ્સ સુધી પહોંચવાની તમારી એબિલિટી જ નહીં રહે જો તમે અત્યારે છે ને ડાયાગ્રામ્સ ડ્રો નહીં કરો ને તો, right? I would put it very clearly, those who try to derive equations or solve questions without drawing diagrams, they are in for big trouble later. ઓકે, કારણ કે ફોર્મ્યુલા ને એવું તો ક્યાંય ભૂલાઈ જશે, પછી કઈ રીતે કરવાનું હતું ને એ કઈ માઇન્ડમાં આવશે નહીં, ઇમેજિનેશન બધું ગાયબ થઈ જશે. જોજો. So please be very careful. You might be you might be solving the simplest of the things, but still you should draw a diagram. Okay, રેન્જ ડિરાઈવ કરવાની હોય તો પ્રોજેક્ટાઇલ મોશનનું ડ્રો કરવાનું અને રેન્જ ક્યાં છે ઇન્ડિકેટ કરો. મેક્સિમમ હાઇટ કરવાની હોય તો મેક્સિમમ હાઇટ ક્યાં છે ઇન્ડિકેટ કરો. ઓકે, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, similarly here in this question 2, cannon fires a ball, તો એક નાનું એવું કેનન જેવું કંઈ પણ જસ્ટ ડ્રો અ બોક્સ ઇઝ ગુડ ઇનફ. કંઈ તમારે એકચ્યુઅલ કેનન જેવું ડ્રો કરવાની જરૂર નથી, રાઈટ? Okay, show it to move, show an arrow that it's moving here, and let's say ball is fired in this direction or opposite direction or something, right? So draw diagrams, everyone. Okay, so please make sure you do it, right? And once again, I'd just like to tell you, as a as a general advice, please do your homework yourselves. Okay, if you'll see it from anyone, you will not learn, right? I've told that last time as well, that even if I am doing it and I'm teaching it to you, you are not learning a lot. Okay, so there is no way you're going to learn anything if you see it from a friend's book or copy it from somewhere else, right? So people, please make sure you do it the right way. Okay, શીખવું હોય તો, બાકી નો શીખવું હોય, ટાઈમ પાસ કરવો હોય તો કઈ વાંધો નથી, એ લોકોએ કઈ કરવાની જરૂર નથી, બેઠા રહો. ઓકે, but I'm sure all of you want to learn. Those the 78 students that are with me right now want to learn, and that is why they are here. બાકીના આપણને ખબર છે આપણા ક્લાસમાં 100 થી વધારે હતા, બાકીના 20 નથી અત્યારે, so they probably don't want to learn. Okay, so because you are here, please make sure you utilize your time carefully, right, and put it to good use. Copy કરવાથી ખાલી તમારી 5 મિનિટ બગડે છે. Okay, I would not like to repeat the advice again and again. Please, you make sure you do it right. ટેવ પાડી દો અત્યારથી તો બરાબર થઈ જશે, આવડી જશે. Okay, now we solved a few questions of relative velocity where there was motion in one dimension, right? Here we still have to do this question number 2 part 3, right? We still have to do question number 2 part 3. I started it because it is a question which can be done by the same idea, but it is about 2 dimensions. Okay, so this is what we are doing, right? So let's start. Okay, so again, like I said, we should read the question, we should draw a diagram. I don't remember what I wrote, frankly. I'm going to read it again. So cannon fires a ball at speed, okay, 70 kilometer per hour, right? And it is attached to a truck, okay, and it moves at a constant speed in a straight line. Find the speed of fired ball with respect to ground. Okay, for ball fired at an angle 60 degree to the direction of motion of truck. This is where you have to read it carefully. So the ball is fired at an angle 60 degree to the direction of motion of truck. So that means, so let's say this is the truck and the cannon moving, right? Truck and cannon will move together. I'm sure you realize that. Let's say they are moving towards this side. So this is velocity of the cannon with respect to ground in this direction. Remember, velocity is a vector. Okay, and the ball is being fired from the cannon. Let's say from here, the ball is being fired at 60 degrees. So the ball is being fired here, right? So this is velocity of ball with respect to cannon. At what angle? At 60 degree. I repeat, it is given in question that the ball is fired at 60 degree. Okay, with what? With direction of motion of truck or cannon. Okay, so now we have to find what will be the, please everyone turn off your videos. Yeah, so we have to find what will be the speed of ball with respect to ground. So now we have to be very careful with our symbols. Velocity of ball with respect to ground, that's this. Okay, vector, don't forget, whenever it's about 2D or 3D, you should definitely use vectors, otherwise you will make mistakes, right? So we have to find speed of ball with respect to ground. This is velocity, so we have to find its magnitude. I repeat, once we find the velocity, we can find the speed by finding its magnitude. All right, so let's do it. Okay, formula is still the same. VBC vector is equal to VBG vector minus VCG vector, right? This is the relative velocity formula, correct? Now let's see what we know. Okay, we know this and we know this, and we have to find this, right? Okay, so it's a fairly simple thing. If I want to find VBG vector, we want to find VBG vector. So that is going to be VBC vector plus VCG vector. Some of you might already be thinking, sir આ તો આપ્યું છે 70, આ આપ્યું છે 70, તો પછી આમ જવા દો ને 140 કરી નાખો. એવું ન થાય, because I hope you remember that whenever we are talking about vectors, you cannot add magnitudes. Do you remember that? You cannot add or subtract magnitudes. આવા બધા important points આવ્યા હતા. Okay? No, Vedant, your answer is not correct. Please focus here. Okay, so how to do it then? Well, by doing this vector addition. Okay, now here is where you have two choices. See, here is where you have two choices. બે મેથડ કરાવું છું, મેં જોયું છે અમુક લોકોને આમ ઈઝી પડે, અમુક લોકોને બીજી રીતે. So first of all, I caret J caret method. Okay, the one where we take components. So આ x axis, y axis આમ કહી દે, આ x axis, આ y axis. Okay, so now I'm going to write the VBC vector and the VCG vector in form of component. So first of all, VCG કારણ કે બહુ easy છે. VCG vector is in which direction? Is in this direction, right? So tell me, what should I put for it in form of I caret J caret for VCG vector? Come on, people. Come on, people. I'm waiting for you. Hurry up, hurry up. Come on. VCG vector is in this direction, right? This is VCG vector, and that is what we are taking as x axis, right? Upar y, આ બાજુ x. Yes, very good. It is. ના, હજી ગડબડ થાય છે. અમુક there are some wrong answers. Mostly it's correct, but there are some wrong answers. Come on, people. Come on, everyone. આવડે આવડે, આ તો આવડે જ તે, શીખવાડ્યું જ છે. ખાલી 70 થોડું આવે. I want it in form of I caret J caret, because this is a two-dimensional question, right? અરે બાકીના બધા ક્યાં છે? નામ લેવા પડશે હવે આજે મારે. આન્સર તો આપવો જ પડે. ધ્રુવ, આયુષી મહેતા, પછી કોણ આન્સર નથી આપતું? અંકિતા, આશીષ, પૂર્વા, દર્શિત, દેવર્ષ, ધર્મી, દીક્ષિતા, દિયા. કેટલી બધી દિયા છે? લોટ્સ ઓફ દિયાઝ. દ્રષ્ટિ, ફલક, ક્યાં ગયા બધા? કાવ્યા, કિન્નરી, સોનાલી, ફોરમ, ધ્રુવ, પ્રીત, રાહુલ, રાજ, રોહન, ઋષભ, સૌરભ. Come on, people. હા, ફલક તે આપ્યો, અગ્રીડ. તોય કોઈ હૈલું નહીં. બોલો, 2-5 જણે વધુ આન્સર આપ્યો. અરે યાર, કેમ આવું કરો? શું નથી આવડતું? સાચું કહી દો. ચલો, નથી આવડતું કે ખોટું પડે એની બીક લાગે છે કે એવું થાય? હવે કોણ આમાં આન્સર આપે? નો, ઓકે ધર્મી, you gave it. All right. Rahul. All right, Ayushi. તમે આન્સર નહીં આપો ને તો તમને ખબર નહીં પડે કે તમને આવડ્યું કે નહીં, અને મને નહીં ખબર પડે. Right? So I don't think that's the good way to do it. વેદાંત, એવું બધું કંઈ કોમ્પ્લિકેટેડ નથી કરવાનું. Let's keep it simple. See, this VCG vector is in which direction? Is towards the x axis, right? So that means it is simply 70 I caret and 0 j caret, because it is not in the y. Horizontal છે ને આમ જ છે, ઉપર ક્યાં છે? I hope everyone understands that. So this is done. VCG I caret, VCG is 70 I caret. Okay. Next, હવે VBC. Okay, now VBC is not that straightforward, because VBC vector is like this at an angle 60 degree. VBC vector is at an angle 60 degree. તો એના components find કરવા પડે ને, આવું rectangle draw કરીને. કરો ચલો, કરો આ બધું શીખવાડ્યું છે ને, આવડે છે તમને. This is VBC vector and it is at an angle 60 degree like this. I want you to find its components. આની length કે magnitude કેટલું છે? Magnitude is 70. So find its x component, find its y component. Come on. Find the x component, find the y component of this velocity. Hurry up, hurry up. અને લખો, આ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ ફોર્મમાં કેવી રીતે લખાય? I caret j caret ફોર્મમાં લખી દો. Come on people, hurry up, hurry up. જો આ તમે કરો છો એટલે વાર લાગે છે, ખરેખર વાર ન લાગવી જોઈએ, એટલી આપણી સ્પીડ ડેવલપ કરવાની છે. hurry up. હું તો આ એક મિનિટમાં આવા 3 કરી નાખું, ખબર છે? અને તમારે એટલી સ્પીડ હવે લેવાની છે. Very good, Raj. Yes, Ankita, that is right. Well done, both of you. Come on, people, others. કે method ભૂલી ગયા? No, they were calculation mistake. No way, Priyansh. વેદાંત, ડેસિમલમાં આન્સર નથી જોતો આપણે. No, Rahul. Vaidehi, I want both the answers. ખાલી I caret કેમ આવ્યું? The other one? No, Krima Kavya, you made some very simple mistake, I think. Check your calculation. Yes, Jaikit, it is right. No, Falak, not correct. Ami, I caret is right. What about j caret? No, Nandini. Rohan, not correct. Yes, Kevin, it is right. Ayush, no, it is not right. Vishwa, not right. Priyansh, wrong again. Can you try again? No, Dikshita. Vaidehi, it is. Vaidehi, you have done something strange now. 35 root 5. How is it root 5? Saurabh, your answer is right. Dharmi, your answer is right. Very good, both of you. No, Priyansh. No, Gracie, not correct. Ria Singh, it is wrong. Ami, it is right. Yes, Vedant. Now it's okay. Correct. Ria, correct. No, Sejal. You have made a mistake with trigonometry values, Sejal. Okay, everyone. Here it is. આપણે પહેલા ઘણી વખત શીખવાડ્યું છે અને પાછું મારે શીખવાડવું પડે છે. That's okay. But I hope now you will learn it real soon. This angle is 60 degree. This is Vy. This is Vx. આ 70 છે ને? Value. Magnitude is 70. So if I want to find Vx will be 70 degree cos 60. Correct? Sorry, 70 cos 60. Right? યાદ તો છે ને કે રીતે કરતા હતા? આવું આવે ને પેલા? એટલે જ કહું છું, કઈ યાદ ન રાખવાનું હોય ડાયાગ્રામ ડ્રો કરો અને 10th સ્ટાન્ડર્ડમાં શીખાતા cos theta equal to adjacent upon hypotenuse. તો આવી ગયું. So this is equal to 70 into cos 60 is 1 by 2. So that is 35, right? So that is 35 I caret. Now time for y component, Vy. So it will be 70 sine 60. So this is going to be 70 into root 3 by 2. So 2 cancels here. So this is 35 root 3. હજી બધાને વોર્નિંગ આપું છું કે મેં શું કીધું, જો તમને એવું લાગે કે ફિઝિક્સ નથી આવડતું, જો તમને એવું લાગે કે ફિઝિક્સ નથી આવડતું, તો 10th ની ટેક્સ્ટ બુક છે ને મેથ્સ ની, આટલો બધો ટાઈમ હોય જ છે, કરી નાખો એકવાર સોલ્વ આખી ફરીવાર. કારણ કે ઘણા બધાને મેં જોયું અહીંયા શું મિસ્ટેક કરો છો, cos 60 sin 60 ની વેલ્યુ ખોટી મૂકો છો. આ બધું 10th નું નથી, આ કેમ આવતું હતું 10th માં, બરાબર? આ વેલ્યુઝ કેમ આવતી હતી 10th માં. તો અત્યારે મેં આમાં તમને 11th નું શું શીખવાડ્યું, ખાલી બસ આ વેક્ટર ડ્રો કરતા, બરાબર ને? અને આને કોમ્પોનેન્ટ્સ કહેવાય, એટલું જ તો 11th નું છે, બાકી તો બધું 10th નું જ આવે છે. કરેક્ટ? સાચું ને કે ખોટું કીધું? ઇઝ માય ઓબ્ઝર્વેશન રાઈટ? What out of all this, what is from 11th? Only that you draw an arrow and you call it vector. So please everyone, you should be able to handle basic trigonometry, basic geometry. વાંધો આવો ન જોઈએ. અને ન આવડતું હોય તો શરમ ન રાખો, કોકને પૂછી લો, મને પૂછી લો, હું શીખવાડી દઈશ. કારણ કે મને ખબર છે કે if you know this, you will easily learn this, right? I know for some of the biology students this is like a big trouble. તમે આવું વિચાર્યું નહીં હોય કે મેથ્સ પીછો નહીં છોડે, પણ એ હકીકત છે. સાયન્સ ભણવું હોય તો મેથ્સ આવડવું જ જોઈએ. સ્ક્રૂ ખોલવો હોય તો સ્ક્રૂ ડ્રાઈવર હોવું જોઈએ, કરેક્ટ? એવી જ રીતે ફિઝિક્સ શીખવું હોય તો મેથ્સ થોડુંક તો આવડવું જોઈએ, પછી સાવ તમે અવોઇડ કરો એવું ન ચાલે. હા રોહન, જોયું ને શેની મિસ્ટેક થઈ? સાચું કીધું ને મેં રોહન? યુ ટુક 1060 ડિગ્રી વેલ્યુ, એટલે એ મિસ્ટેક થાય તો પછી ફિઝિક્સ, પછી નામ ફિઝિક્સ નું આવે, પછી બધા શું કે ફિઝિક્સ તો બહુ અઘરું છે, આવડતું જ નથી, એવું જ કહો છો ને તમે? ઓકે, સો just keep this in mind. થોડું બેઝિક્સ થી કરવાની તૈયારી રાખો. Anyway, so we have got this. Okay, this is VCG, this is VBC, both vectors. Now if you find this, હવે કરવાનું શું રહ્યું? Just add and you get your answer, right? So let's add. આ મેથડ 1 હવે પૂરી થવા આવી. So VBG vector is equal to this plus this, 105 I caret, addition તો સાવ easy છે, 35 root 3 J caret, and this is in kilometer per hour. But see, we don't have to find velocity with respect to ground. We have to find a speed with respect to ground. So from this velocity, how can we find speed? From this velocity, how can we find speed? આવડે ને બધાને? યસ, કરેક્ટ, આવડે છે, મને ખબર છે આવડે છે. નાઉ યુ કેન યુઝ કેલ્ક્યુલેટર, બટ સી યુ બી કેરફુલ, કેલ્ક્યુલેટર માં આવી રીતે લખવું પડશે. So first you have to find this and then write it. So put the steps. Okay, 105 no square તો મને આવડે છે, 25 and 110. Yeah. Right? So add it accordingly and then do it, right? પછી મને આન્સર કહેજો. Then we'll go to next method. Okay, Raj, I don't know whether that's right or not. Exact one, exact આવે Raj, no point, nothing, exact. Okay, Nandini, are you sure about that? Because the answer is quite different. Raj, you also check your calculation. Okay, forum. All right, Priyansh. So we have got 4 different answers from 5 people. Okay. Drashti, you have to take square root. Dharmi, square root. You still have to add this, right? Okay, Princey. Darshit, square root. આ તો 3675 થાય. મને ખબર છે. I'm not waiting for you. I just want, I'm waiting for final answer. I'm waiting for final answer. Okay. No, Dhruvi, it can't be less than 105. 36.6 no આવે Nandini, however you try. I think the calculator is working in a way that you don't expect it. See, this is how you have to do it. Okay, in a calculator you'll have to do it as follows. First of all, you add these two. Root ભૂલી જાઓ, ખાલી આ બે add કરો calculator માં or without that. Okay, so that is going to give you 700 1470, right? Okay, and then you have to take square root. So now you press square root of for 14700. Okay, અરે 3780 કેવી રીતે આવે સાહિલ? Okay, 121.24 is what most of you are getting. I believe that would be it, right? I'll still confirm it here, right, on my computer by taking square root of this 121.24. Correct. Okay, right. So this is your answer. આવી ગયો final answer of speed. Okay, speed relative to ground. So this is one method. See, this is not long actually. I'm waiting for all of you to do it. That's why it's taking time. બાકી તો કંઈ કરવાનું જ નહોતું. આ મૂકવાનું કેલ્ક્યુલેટરમાં સ્ક્વેર રૂટ કરો, પૂરું થઈ ગયું. Now the other method. Okay, the other method. I'm not saying which is easy. Both are same for me, right? It is really your choice. Do you see that here we are adding two vectors? If you add two vectors, that is we are finding resultant. Okay, if you add two vectors, I hope you remember we are finding resultant. Then the magnitude of resultant is given by the formula. Yeah, check it. Do you remember this formula? Magnitude of resultant. What's the formula? What's the formula? Write it here. Come on. Okay, Rishabh. No, Vedant. Come on, people. આ ગોતવા જવી પડી ને, ભૂલી ગયા છો જો. તો જ આટલી વાર લાગે. Yes, Dharmi, that's right. Vandan, that's correct. Yes, Devers. Palak. Okay, so it is, yes, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, right? This is the formula. So we are going to use it here. What is, see, that would be if you are doing this, right? But here what is instead of A? It's this. Instead of B, it's this, right? Okay, and this is R. Okay, so VBG is equal to under root A. A means VBC, it's magnitude, don't forget. This is vector, its magnitude 70 square plus B. B, its magnitude, this B, its magnitude is also 70 square plus 2 into 2 into, okay, I'm running out of space. I'll just write it over here. Okay, just leave some space here. Yeah, VBG is equal to under root 70 square plus 70 square plus 2 into A into B, 70 into 70 into cos theta. What is theta? Angle between the vectors. So 60, right? How do we know it is 60? Look at the diagram. આ બધું diagram ઉપરથી જ ખબર પડે. ક્યાં ગયો diagram? Here. This vector here, this vector here, angle between them, theta is equal to 60. All right. So we can put it over there. હવે આ solve કરવાનું છે. Okay, this is fairly easy. 4900 plus 4900 plus 2 into 2 into cos 60 1 by 2 એટલે આ 2 to cut અને 70 into 70 once again 4900, right? So this is under root 14700. So એ જ આન્સર આવ્યો હતો ને. Okay, so 121.24 kilometer per hour. All right. Yes, 70 root 3. Yes, Krimakave, that's right. 70 root 3, correct. Okay, so Rohan is saying second method is easy, right? Okay then. So I hope you have understood. Yeah, it's good if you can be comfortable with both, right? I definitely agree second method is quite short. Components નહીં લેવાના, સીધું કરી નાખો તો થઈ જાય, right? પણ સપોઝ વેલોસિટી ફાઇન્ડ કરવી હોય, આ તો સ્પીડ હતો ક્વેશ્ચન. The question was speed. Okay, so this works. But what about it if the question was velocity? કોઈ એમ કે find this, then this method doesn't work. I hope you understand that. Okay, so this method is definitely short, right? This method is definitely short, but both methods have some advantages, disadvantages. Like I said, this second method can't help you to find velocity, it can help you to find speed. પછી ડાયરેક્શન ફાઇન્ડ કરવી હોય તો પાછું અલગથી કરવું પડે, યાદ છે ને આવું? Do you remember this? Oh, sorry. Right, we talked about this formula also, if you remember. So if you want to find direction, then you'll have to do it like that, right? Okay, fine. Now let's go to textbook questions like this. All right, let's go to textbook questions like this. Chapter 4. Okay. Frankly, the way everything has been given in the textbook in this chapter, the order is quite weird. આવા sums relative velocity ના એ લોકોએ સૌથી પહેલા આપ્યા છે. એક્ઝામ્પલ 4.1 જ્યારે હજી વેક્ટરનું એ બધું નહોતું સમજાવેલું, એ પહેલા એ લોકોએ એક્ઝામ્પલ આપી દીધું. Anyways, we can do it now, right? Okay, example 4.1. Figure is in solution. I repeat, figure is in solution. જોવાનું નહીં, જોયું તો પછી તમને નહીં આવડે. Right? Okay, figure is in the solution. So take a look at the question only, don't see the figure. Okay, so here all right, So what are we given? We're given that rain is falling vertically with a speed of 35 meter per second. So speed is given and direction is also given. So based on that you can take velocity. So velocity of rain, this is of course with respect to ground, is given in this direction. Okay, you can say, okay, just a minute. So it is, this is given. Now which velocity is it, that we'll understand if we'll read it further. Okay, I'm just saying that we have a velocity like this for rain downwards. Which velocity we don't know yet, just wait. Now it is given that wind starts blowing after some time with a speed of 12 meter per second in the east to west direction. East to west direction. Okay, so now let's say that this is ground. Okay, આ ground, flat surface ground. અહીંયા east છે, અહીંયા west છે. Okay, I'm not drawing north south. Actually north આમ પાછળ આવશે. Okay, અને south આ બાજુ આવશે. Upwards is sky, vertical. Okay, and downwards vertical is ground. Okay, I hope you have understood this whole diagram, but we don't need north south, so I'm not drawing it. Okay, so this is ground, right? I've drawn a flat surface. Have you understood the diagram? Have you understood this diagram? Okay, right, fine. Now wind is blowing after some time with a speed of 12 meter per second in east to west direction. So I'm sure you know that when wind blows, rain doesn't fall vertical, right? Okay, so when you observe from the ground, it is given that wind is blowing in east to west. So this is velocity of air. Wind means motion of air. I'm sure all of you know this basic, right? Wind is motion of air, right? So this is velocity of air with respect to ground. Okay, so now if we talk about which velocities, just give me a moment. Okay, we have a slight disturbance with the class. Just give me a moment. Okay, so if we we are now going to continue. Okay, so if we draw the velocity of rain, but the question is we should draw it with respect to what? So you should understand that velocity of rain can be written in two forms. One is with respect to air and the other is with respect to ground. There are two, right? There are two different ways to write it: velocity of rain with respect to air and velocity of rain with respect to ground. Now you should understand that whenever raindrops fall, okay, due to gravity, right, gravity will always make them fall downwards, correct? So that's why with respect to air, this is always downwards, right? Velocity of rain with respect to air is always downwards, but velocity of rain with respect to ground, this direction depends on wind. I hope you understood what I'm saying. Is this clear what I've noted here? See, think about this, that when there is no wind, okay, all right. Suppose there is no wind at all, right? Then raindrops are just going to fall straight down to the ground. Agreed? Right? Okay. But then if then wind starts to blow like this, right, then the raindrops will actually fall at an angle, correct? Right? Okay. So what is happening is that when we are standing on the ground and we are observing, so see, we are observing rain, velocity of rain with respect to ground by standing on the ground. Okay, so when we observe with respect to ground, the velocity of rain depends on wind, correct? If wind is blowing in some direction, then that velocity will be in this direction. If suppose wind is blowing in this direction, then rain will fall like this, correct? So have you understood this at least, that velocity of rain with respect to ground depends on wind? Okay, right? So now what about the other one? What about this? What about velocity of rain with respect to air? It is that if air moves, that is if there is wind, if air moves, let's say towards right side, then raindrops will also move with the air towards the right side and they will fall down due to gravity. So I'm saying that raindrops actually have two components of velocity. Whenever there is wind, raindrops will have two components of their velocity. Which two components? Let's draw. Suppose wind is blowing towards this side. So this is the velocity of raindrop. The raindrops are falling like this when we watch it from the ground. So they are going to have two components of velocity. One falling down like this, that is due to gravity only, correct? And then there is other component of the velocity of raindrop, and that is like this, right? Now this is due to wind, correct? This component is due to wind. Agreed? Is this clear what I've drawn here? The raindrop's velocity has two parts. One is due to gravity, it falls down, and the other is due to wind, right? So what this really means is that when we observe from the ground and there is wind, okay, this is the velocity of wind with respect to ground, and this is the velocity of air with respect to ground, and this is the velocity of rain with respect to air. That is how it turns out, because gravity always tries to make everything fall down, but wind is what carries it towards this side. So if I would make an equation, obviously the relative velocity equation, okay, it would go off like this: VRA vector is equal to VRG vector minus VAG vector, right? You can easily see that if I put this term on the left side, we get an equation like this. And that's not a surprise. See, by addition of vectors, we are getting this. How? Let's have a look. It's that V R A vector is in this direction because on its own rain will be falling down through air, right, with respect to air. But if air is also moving in this direction, so that is VAG. So by using triangle law of addition, I can say that actually the velocity of rain with respect to ground will be like this. Okay, did you understand the formation of this triangle by the formula, as well as by relative velocity? Okay, so now if we will consider such triangles, or you could also use parallelogram law, by the way. If you draw VAG over here, you see this is parallelogram law of addition now, right? Either way you do it, no problem. So this is the basic idea of such questions. Okay, these are called the rain wind questions. Okay, right? So let's solve this. So first of all, we are going to draw a diagram showing whatever it says. So like I said, velocity of air with respect to ground, or wind velocity, is given from east to west. That is mentioned in the question. All right. Okay. Then it is given that rain was falling vertically with speed 35 meter per second. So that was actually V R A was given to be 35 meter per second. In which direction? Downwards direction, right? Is this clear? Okay, this is what we have been given, right? This is given downwards and this is given east to west. Okay, and that is 12 meter per second speed. So this magnitude is 35, this magnitude is 12, right? VAG is 12 meter per second, and from east to west. Okay, now what do we have to write? In which direction should a boy waiting at a bus stop hold his umbrella? So I'm sure you do realize this, that because suppose there is a boy over here standing on the ground, right? Then the raindrops are going to fall in this direction, right? Because of the wind. Clear? So the boy should be holding his umbrella something like this, right? Okay. No, not towards northeast, and a northeast no, okay, right? Okay, what is that? I'll tell you very soon. So we have to find what angle should the boy hold his umbrella. You could find that angle here, but generally, normally we say that we can hold the umbrella at some angle with the sky, right? Did you understand this diagram? I'm saying that the umbrella should be held at some angle like this. So let's try to find this angle. Okay, right? Let's try to find this angle. So for that, you should realize where is the rain actually coming from with respect to ground, because the boy is standing on the ground. because the boy is standing on the ground, do you realize that by parallelogram law or by triangle law of addition, I can actually make a diagram like this, okay? Right? The rain is coming in this direction when we watch it from the ground or observe from the ground. So we have to find this theta. That's our answer. Is this clear? Okay. We have to find this theta. Is that okay? છે કંઈ નહીં, આ ક્વેશ્ચન્સમાં કંઈ નથી કરવાનું, આટલું જ કરવાનું હોય, રાઈટ. પણ આ પહેલો સમ છે એટલે રિલેટિવ વેલોસિટીનું સમજાવવું પડે ને, એટલે વાર લાગે, બાકી કંઈ નહીં થાય. સેકન્ડ ટાઈમ આવું કરશું તો તરત થઈ જશે. ઓકે, સો નાઉ if you want to find that theta, we know that this side is 12 and we know that this side is 35. બરાબર ને, આ ટ્રાયંગલ જોઈ લો, right? Okay, so if I do tan theta is going to be what? Tell me the value of tan theta, everyone, from this. What will be tan theta? Yes, Raj, correct. Yes, it is going to be 12 by 35, right? Tan theta is 12 by 35. Okay, so if you want, you could divide this, but that's okay. Now, how to find angle, right? This is, we don't know what is the value of theta. So for that, see, everyone, you'd have to use something called tables. Okay, I'm just going to ask you, have you bought these logarithmic tables in which the value of natural tangents is given? Do you have this with you? Have you purchased these tables? Okay, fine. All right, then. Yeah, so I guess this is an exceptional year. Otherwise, normally people are standing out of my class because they don't have it, right? Okay, so anyways, if you have some log tables, some log tables also have this inside there, right? Okay, this is for everyone, right? There is no exception. So for now we cannot do anything, right? We just have to find it from the table. So right now I'll just use the calculator, because in calculator you can do this very easily, right? Okay, it is very easy to do, scientific calculator. Okay, interestingly I can't find it here. Yeah, inverse of tan 12 by 35. Okay, and so the answer is 18.9 degrees, right? So this gives us that theta is 18.9 degrees. So nearly 19 degrees is what you could say, right? So this is your answer that you would get from the table also, right? On last page of physics textbook, it is there. I didn't know that. Really, it is given. Just check it. Dhruv is saying that it's okay, in chemistry it is given. Interesting. Why would you need this in chemistry? Check it, everyone. Is this table? Table should have this title, natural tangents. Okay, is this table given in your chemistry book? Is it given? Go and check it quickly, come on, and come back. We have to solve one more question. Dhruv is saying it is given in chemistry book. I mean, okay, no natural tangent, only logarithm given. Okay, that is not useful here. Log table is used. Log tables and anti-log tables are used for log and anti-log, right? They are not of any use here, right? So it's not given. Like I said, you'll have to buy it. Okay, you'll have to buy it. એવી લોગેરિથમિક બુક જ આવે છે ઘણી કંપનીની, નવનીતની આવતી હોય, બીજી બે ત્રણ આવે. You could buy any of those, no problem, right? It should have natural tangents and natural signs. આટલું તો હોવું જ જોઈએ. We need to use these two. Okay, when you buy it, just check that it has it. I can also suggest you another way. You can download it from internet, just search it on Google, natural tangent table, and you will get it printed. ક્યાંય જવું ન હોય તો એવી રીતે લઈ લો તો એ થઈ જશે. Okay, no problem, you will find it. Okay, fine. So that's it for this question. Let's go to the next question. Now, example 4.2. Okay, we have done that. It was theory, we have already done that. Now we will solve example 4.4, or no, 4 is also done. We will do 4.6. Okay, we will do 4.6. Why are we leaving 4.3? એ થોડો વધારે અઘરો ક્વેશ્ચન છે રિલેટિવ વેલોસિટી નો, પહેલા આ કરી નાખો. 4.6, example 4.6. Okay, all right, example 4.6. I did it in scientific calculator in the computer. Okay, now, so let's solve this. It's a similar question. It's not the same. It's looking like it is same, but I don't care, right? We will do overtime. I don't care. So rain is falling vertically with a speed 35 meter per second. All right. Okay, so nothing else is mentioned. So this is definitely VRA. All right, so VRA is given. We can draw it. સાથે સાથે ડ્રો કરતા જજો, નહીં તો કઈ ખબર જ નહીં પડે તમને આમાં. Okay, a woman rides a bicycle with a speed 12 meter per second in east to west direction. Okay, so there is someone who's driving. No, it's not the same question. હું એ જ કહું છું, એ સેમ નથી. તમે બરાબર સમજો ને તો ખબર પડશે કે સેમ નથી, right? So there is a woman now who is driving, or sorry, riding a bicycle. So let's say this is that bicycle. Okay, and going at what speed? 12 meter per second in east to west direction. So the woman is going like this. So this is velocity of woman with respect to ground, of course, because the woman is on a bicycle, and as far as I know, bicycle moves on ground, right? So this is velocity of woman with respect to ground. Okay, going from east to west. Then what is the direction in which she should hold her umbrella? This is a classic question of relative velocity. No, wrong. Perpendicular is wrong. Out. So now we should understand that woman is moving. So we should find what is the velocity of rain with respect to woman. We have to find what is the velocity of rain with respect to woman. Okay, because woman is not standing on the ground, right? So now one thing that I want all of you to understand is as follows. Here VRA is given, that is velocity of rain with respect to air is given. Now wind is not mentioned, right? So we will just take that there is no wind, right? Now if there is no wind, because there is no wind, that means even with respect to ground, the velocity of rain with respect to ground is also vertical downwards. Did you understand this? So this VRA is actually same as VRG because wind is not blowing, right? There is no wind, so raindrops are going to fall vertically downwards even if you watch it while standing on the ground. Is this clear? For people who like maths, here it is. Last time આપણે આવું લખ્યું હતું કે velocity of rain with respect to air is equal to velocity of rain with respect to ground minus velocity of air with respect to ground. But velocity of air with respect to ground means wind velocity, correct? એને કહેવાય ને wind velocity. But wind velocity is zero because there is no wind. તો આ zero, તો આ શું આવ્યું? Okay, I hope you have understood that. Because this is zero, so VRA and VRG is same. So that means with respect to ground, the rain is falling down. એટલે હવે VRG લખીએ because bicycle moves on ground. So now we know two velocities. એક આ ખબર છે, એક આ ખબર છે. ચલો ટ્રાયંગલ બનાવો. આ બધા ક્વેશ્ચન ટ્રાયંગલ જ બનાવવાના. કેવી રીતે? This is VRG vector. All right. And we know VWG vector. Okay. આ બે ખબર ને? Now what are we interested in finding? We are finding with respect to woman, what is the direction of rain? Because the woman is moving, angle will not be 90 degrees. Is this clear? This is what we have to find, right? Okay. So first of all, you write the equation. આ formula આવડે ને? શું આવશે formula? બોલો જલ્દી. શું આવશે formula? Yes, very good, Rohan. Yes, Ankita, it is VRG minus VWG. Okay, so are you seeing the two vectors here? They are drawn with common tail, and here we have to do subtraction. So we will use triangle law of subtraction. જોયું આ બધાનું હવે કામ પડે છે, right? પહેલાય આવ્યું છે, પાછું આવ્યું. So now triangle law of subtraction, VRG minus VWG. So that means it's going to be like this. I hope you all remember head minus tail. એવું શીખવાડ્યું. So this is head, this is tail. So with at what angle with vertical should the woman hold the umbrella? For the woman, the rain is coming, the rain appears to be falling like this. આવું તમે observe કર્યું હશે. If rain is falling and you move fast on a scooter, તમને એવું લાગશે કે આમ angle થી rain આવે છે. Have you noted that? Have you ever noted that it seems that the drops are hitting you at an angle? This is happening to the woman over here in this question. એટલે જ કહું છું, physics is not in the textbook or in the notebook. Physics is in the world around you. So this is how the woman should hold her mushroom brand umbrella. Okay, so find the angle. Now do we know these values and magnitude ખબર છે? What is VRG? I think it is 35 and this is 12, right? So here also we'd have to do the same thing. Tan theta is equal to 12 by 35, right? So finally theta will be nearly 19 degrees, but this will be in which direction? It will be to westwards. Right? This will be westwards from vertical. Okay. એટલે આમ નહીં રાખવાની. કેવી રીતે? આમ નહીં રાખવાની. એના બદલે આમ રાખવાની. Towards west. Okay. This is vertical. એના બદલે આમ રાખવાની. Okay. Towards west. So this is how this question is different from the previous one. Right? In the previous question, if you realize, we had the umbrella like this because the wind was blowing in this manner, right? So there the wind was causing the rain to fall at an angle, okay, and this person was standing on ground. So that's how this question is different. Here this person is moving, the person is on a cycle, right? So the cycle is moving, but there is no wind, right? So you see these cases, they look similar but they are different. Okay, they look similar but they are different. Yes, correct, Ayush. Exactly. But motion is relative, you know, bhulto. Okay, so with respect to ground, earlier air was moving in previous question, and here in this question with respect to ground, the woman is moving. All right, so that's what we have, right? બાકીનું હવે homework મોકલાવીશ તમને. I will send you some homework because you definitely need practice about this. આ બધા question બહુ ખતરનાક હોય, એટલે એવા અઘરા નથી. એક વખત ખબર પડી જાય કે આવું ટ્રાયંગલ ડ્રો કરવાનું છે and how to draw it, that's it. Okay, right? Goodbye everyone.